Hey everybody, Mike Guyomi from Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast, live stream reaction for LA Galaxy and Seattle Sounders FC tonight, this beautiful Sunday night, one of the last few days in September. We are getting into crunch time in the MLS season, and we are here to bring you a live stream reaction for the LA Galaxy and Seattle Sounders. With that being said, let's get into the lineups here. We've got a quick change here. It just came through on Seattle's lineup, so I did not get a chance to edit that down in the little scroll down below that you'll see there. But first, for the home team, LA Galaxy, we've got Bingham in net. This is a 4-2-3-1. You've got Insua, Dupuis, Steres, and Felcher at the back. Dos Santos, Corona in the defensive midfield, 2. The 3 are Pavone, Lletget, and Araujo, and Chicharito up top for the Galaxy. Now, for Seattle Sounders, we have where we just did have that change is actually at the center back position. I've got, first they've got Fry in net, Nuhu, Yeimar, and Arriaga. Arriaga gets switched out by Shane O'Neill. Actually, will be getting the start for Seattle Sounders in this one. Leardom, the 2 in the mid, João Paulo and Svensson. Then you've got Jordan Morris, the on-fire Jordan Morris, Nico Lodeiro, Christian Roldan, and Will Bruin up top since Rui Diaz was suspended for that extra game. So we're here. We're about to get started now. Just any second, we've got a new subscriber. Galaxy Crazy has subscribed. Thank you very much for subscribing. That is a huge help to us. And join Galaxy Crazy in subscribing to be part of our 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge. Chance to win a $250 Visa gift card if we reach that 1,000 subscribers by MLS Cup Final. One subscriber will be drawn to win that $250. So get on it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's talk some LA Galaxy and Seattle Sounders. We have the live chat going on the side here. Go ahead and jump in on that. We've got a few comments from Daniel Young, loyal listener of the show. Daniel, thanks for joining us tonight. He is an NYCFC fan, and he is very sad, still crying over the TFC and NYCFC result. And I agree with him. I feel for him. That was a game that New York City should have won. So thanks for jumping on, Daniel. Those of you who are watching, jump in on the comments and let us know what you think here of the game as it goes on. And we are just about to get underway, getting the kneel down here by the players, I assume. They're getting ready for that, and then they will be kicking off any minute. The LA Galaxy 2, we'll actually talk a little bit about that and their actions recently once this gets going. We've got Fly Fresh Kick 76. You're going to be streaming the game. I am not streaming the game here on my end, just doing a live stream reaction, talking about the game and keeping you up to date on what is going on during the game. So if you can find a stream link, go ahead and put it in the comments there for anybody who's looking for the stream. And with that, we are underway here in the game. It is kicked off. LA Galaxy in possession to start out. And we've got a good one here. We got Marlon Laguna Cruz, LA Galaxy suck. Must be maybe an LAFC fan or a Seattle fan. So thanks for jumping on there, Marlon. And he says respond. So just underway here. It goes out of play off of Felcher for a free kick, a throw-in for the Seattle Sounders, the reigning MLS Cup champion Seattle Sounders. This game should be pretty good. It depends on what LA Galaxy team shows up tonight. Is this going to be the Galaxy team who was rolling just about a week and a half ago? Or is this going to be the team that showed up and got beat down 2-0 by RSL just the other night? So LA Galaxy, very, very inconsistent. Being at home at the Stub, I always call it the StubHub Center, but Dignity Sports or Dignity Health Sports Park, whatever the hell they're calling it now, it will be a good one. So, all right. And Anthony Vergara says, notice how Chicha came back and now we can't win. Yeah, that's kind of been the way. I mean, for this LA Galaxy team, it's like they have a piece, and for some reason they can't put it all together with that piece. And when they're, Zlatan, sometimes when he was out of the lineup, they did better, even though he scored a ton of goals. And now the same thing with Chicharito now. He's back, and the Galaxy aren't looking as good as they were with him. So thanks for jumping on here, Anthony, and hanging out with us, talking some LA Galaxy and Seattle Sounders. Right now, you've got The Sounders in possession. Shane O'Neill at the back. The late sub in for I believe it was Arriaga. Here's Leardom, goes all the way back over to Ymar Andrade, the big tall center back for Seattle. Then goes out wide, looking to get something started down the left hand. Goes a long ball looking for a streaking Nuhu going down the line. He cuts back over to Jordan Morris. Morris with a long cross in looking for Roldan. And is that Felcher or Steres? Insua gets in with the head to clear that one out for a corner kick. So just over 2 minutes into this game, we've got our first corner kick, and that is for the Seattle Sounders. As they show Brian Schmetzer, fourth season as the Sounders head coach, 2019 MLS Cup champions, 2016 MLS Cup champions, 2 cups, 3 appearances in the MLS Cup. The Sounders get it done. They know how to win. Corner kick cleared out nicely by the Galaxy, sent out for a throw-in there for Seattle as they keep the pressure on here in the first couple of minutes on the road visiting the Galaxy. Leardom comes in to give the long throw, and Daniel comes on to say, TFC to get revenge in the Champions League. Please win the competition. Hey, we'll see. They haven't qualified yet. And unless they got to beat the Hamilton Forge of the CPL in that one-match play-in game there for that spot, the clear on the throw, and then a foul on, looks like is that Araujo with the foul just outside the box, maybe about 5 yards outside, dead center of the 18 for Seattle. Great position for Nico Ladero to try and get a goal here to get this thing started. So thanks for joining us here tonight. Make sure you guys check out, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We are at SOP Soccer on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sons of a Pitch Soccer. Thanks for jumping on with us. And while we're waiting for this free kick, go get your merchandise, sonsofapitch.redbubble.com. We got shirts, masks, socks, cups, laptop bags. We've got it all. Go help our business grow and get some kick-ass gear with Sons of a Pitch on it as well. So here, Bingham lining up his wall 4 minutes into this one. 5th minute, Chicharito in the wall. Leggett in there as well. Ladero and Leardom standing over the free kick. I don't know why the hell Kelvin Leardom is standing over the free kick. This is 100% the ball is going off the foot of Nico Ladero here in a moment. And just waiting for the ref to clear the whistle. And he does that. And Leardom takes the shot and doesn't miss by much. Wow. He showed me, that's for sure. And so just places it maybe a foot or two outside the bar there. Not a bad shot by Kelvin Leardom. I guess maybe a new free kick specialist there for the Seattle Sounders. So now here is Chicharito in possession for LA Galaxy. Goes back to Jonathan Dos Santos, swings it over to Insua on the left-hand side. He goes back to Dos Santos, who then plays back to his center backs and goes all the way back to Bingham for a long kick there. And Ymar clears that back into the center, and we've got some back and forth play here in the middle of the park. And cut off nicely by Nuhu for a throw-in now for the Galaxy. As they show a replay of the free kick. We've got another game going on right now in MLS. Actually, 2. We've got San Jose Earthquakes and LAFC just underway. And then we also have Portland and Vancouver, actually a home game for Vancouver at Portland Stadium. And Portland is up 1-0 in the 34th minute of that one. Now, we've got a question here from Daniel Young. What do you think of Rogers Center as a soccer venue? Personally, I think it sucks. I've watched a couple soccer games there at Rogers Center in Toronto. I watched the LA Galaxy against Toronto Champions League quarterfinal from back in, I think it was like 2012, 2011, something like that. And that was a horrid field to play on. Ball bounces like crazy. I know the turf's gotten a little bit better there, but it's not really a great soccer venue. not a not a very intimate scene, But either way, I mean, if they need to get a big crowd or keep it indoors for a game like the Hamilton Toronto game, which they wouldn't draw a huge crowd, I'm sure, for that. But if it's in January like they're talking about, it might have to be there. Here is Seattle back in possession now. A little dummy there by Will Bruin, and the ball goes straight to the LA Galaxy defender. And now up to Pavone. Pavone goes back to Jonathan DeSantos, who swings it out wide for Felcher. Lletget shoots a long ball up the wing for a chasing Araujo, and it's out for a throw-in for the LA Galaxy. So 8th minute here, nothing crazy other than that first free kick from Kelvin Leerdam, a surprise there. And he gets the ball just wide of the post, almost made it 1-0 Seattle. I think he surprised everyone, including David Bingham, the goalkeeper for the Galaxy, thinking that it was going to be Ladero taking the shot. I certainly thought that was going to be the case. Now, speaking of Kelvin Leerdam, here he is with the ball and almost gets taken away by Chicharito and goes out of play. Or actually, excuse me, Pavone, and it goes out of play for a throw-in for Seattle. So what do we think the results are going to be in this one? Let me know what you guys think. What are your predictions for this one? I think Seattle will get the victory in this game. Let us know in the chat. I'll put them up here on the screen for everybody who's jumped in with us. I think in this one, I think Seattle gets it done. I'm going to go with 3-1 in this one. I think we're going to see a few goals once this kind of gets broken down a little bit. And here is a great chance now for Will Bruin in on goal. Of course, he's so slow. All the LA Galaxy defenders catch up, and a shot taken there. A horrible giveaway by the Galaxy. Shot taken, and Bingham is up to the task to get the save. Roldan back in possession, goes back to Morris, and now Roldan is offside as the ball bounces back to him. There, so a great chance there for the Sounders. They are they're doing well right now as far as is holding the play, at least in the offensive third at the moment. So Jordan Morris has been hot. He scored a few goals in this one and in the last few games for Seattle. Same thing, Ladero's playing pretty well as well. Those are the guys we're looking out for in this game. Now, for the LA Galaxy, of course, you got to look at their two stars, Christian Pavone and they got 3 stars, but Christian Pavone and, of course, Chicharito. Will Chicharito amount to anything in MLS? He was touted as the biggest signing in MLS history, and he's not quite living up to that right now. At least I don't think so. Got to be scoring more goals. He has the talent to do so. So not sure why he's not getting the ball into the back of the net as much as he should be. 10 minutes into this, Insua with a throw-in over to his center backs. Now Jonathan DeSantos in position. And now Dupuis goes over to Insua. Insua goes back inside. And now they switch it over to Felcher. Jonathan DeSantos kind of, pointing out where to pass, everybody to pass the ball to, kind of being that general in the midfield, which is definitely his best game. Here's Chicharito, goes out wide to Insua. Insua back into the middle. And nothing going on there for Joe Corona in the middle. Chicharito back to Corona. Corona back to Pavone. Pavone goes all the way back to Steres in the defense. Now going out wide to the right. Araujo with the pass into Chicharito. He goes backwards again. A lot of going backwards from the Galaxy in this one, trying to build a little bit of possession, but just going backwards too much for me. All right, here is Svensson in the midfield for the Seattle Sounders in possession. 11 and a half minutes in this one. A nice ball, and Insua with his arm up, but he's holding Jordan Morris onside. He goes for the pass into Christian Roldan, and he buries it. 1-0 Seattle Sounders. Insua for the Galaxy, holding his arm up in, just keeping these guys onside, and then he stands there with his arm up in the air. Instead of standing there with your arm up in the air, maybe you should start running. And yeah, if he would have started to run, maybe he would have been able to catch Christian Roldan, so he didn't just have an easy little tap in at the back post. But we're going to stand there and whine about it. We're not going to play the game, and that's what happens. You're down 1-0. Galaxy got to be disappointed with that play right there. Christian Roldan with the nice goal, the assist from Jordan Morris, and his hot streak just keeps continuing. Bingham was pretty pissed off there as well. So he was not happy of his defense. All right, so here we go. 1-0 Seattle Sounders. Pavone plays it back to Dupuis. Dupuis over to Insua. Back up to Pavone. Corona then goes back to his defender. A lot of back play here by the Galaxy. Again, I said it before. I'll say it again. It has not been pretty here for the Galaxy. That is for sure. Okay, now here comes the Galaxy actually going forward a little bit. The play gets easily intercepted by Kelvin Leerdam. And now you've got Nico Ladero trying to pass it in, cut off nicely by Jonathan Dos Santos. And now maybe the Galaxy will be able to get forward a little bit. Pavone looking up towards Leggett, gives the pass through. Leggett cuts back, drops a nice ball off to Christian Pavone. Pavone with a nice swing-in cross, goes past Chicharito and over to a wide-open Araujo, and he blasts it over the bar. A good chance there for the Galaxy to get caught back up in this one, but no such luck. And we've got Gabriel Chavez on Seattle Sounders. All right, thanks for jumping on, Gabriel. Appreciate you coming to hang out with us here and talk some Sounders and LA Galaxy this awesome Sunday night. So if you haven't done so yet already, get on and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Much appreciated for that. Help us grow our business. And we've got Larry Pilcher on Facebook, and he says this is bullshit. Not sure what you mean by that, sir. Maybe you're unhappy since you're a Galaxy fan and they're playing like trash. Maybe you just wanted to see the game, and unfortunately, we're just talking about it. But either way, thanks for jumping on, Larry. Appreciate it. Hope you have a great evening. And now we've got Insua back in possession here for a throw-in for the Galaxy right at the halfway point. As he takes his time, keeps creeping up the line, trying to get further up, and the Sounders just jump all over that pass and take it right through there. Now Corona with a nice interception goes up to Araujo, and it's cut off by João Paulo. Their decent chance was coming through for LA Galaxy, but Seattle's defense has been swarming so far, and their offense has been playing well also. So here's Will Bruin getting sent through on the ball. He was offside, I believe, slightly off, but Bingham comes out to play it anyways. And now the Sounders in possession at their back. Shane O'Neill goes to João Paulo. Paulo floats a long ball over looking for Nuhu, and Felcher gets over to cut that one off. But Seattle wins the throw. And Larry says, you'd think the Sounders could put their games on live. Yeah, that's surprising that they're not on locally. We've got, I'm getting mine through the ESPN Plus subscription. That pretty cheap, $4.99 a month. You can bundle it with Hulu and some other things. So if you're looking, if you're at least out of, I know in Seattle, they might get blacked out. But if you're outside of that area, you might be able to catch it through that ESPN Plus subscription, which is how I do it. Get all my games. I'm personally a TFC fan, and that's how I get all of their games. All right, here is Insua getting ready to throw the ball in his own defensive third, as Guillermo Barros Schelotto, the head coach for the Galaxy, again, looking very unhappy, and understandably so with how his team is playing. And here's João Paulo in the middle, passes over to Leerdam. Leerdam goes back to Andrade, gets deflected over to Roldan, and he puts it right out of play, and this will be another Galaxy throw-in on their left-hand sideline. Pavone back to Insua. Insua to Corona. Corona does a couple little sweet little cheeky moves in the midfield, gets around a couple Sounders players, passes it over to Pavone, and Pavone is fouled, quickly plays the free kick up to Insua, making a run. He goes in the Leggett, but just a little bit too far as Andrade cuts that ball off for the Sounders. Now here comes Roldan a bit on the counter. Nope. Not going to be taking that one on the counter. They're going backwards. Leerdam tries to clear it up the field. Leggett blocks it out of bounds for a goal kick. And here is Shane O'Neill now in possession, goes over to Svensson. Svensson back to João Paulo. And Seattle just kind of calming things down a little bit with that possession there to keep that 1-0 lead tight and try and keep the Galaxy off the board here for a little bit before they keep going forward, because they did have their foot on the gas for the first few minutes or so of this one, and it paid off with that goal. Now a goal kick here for David Bingham and the LA Galaxy. All right, so here's the kick. As Dignity Health has a commercial on right in the middle of the game, which is kind of odd. And, of course, the LA Galaxy TV screen is still just showing David Bingham. He kicked the goal kick. Now, why aren't they showing the play? Oh, now they decide to show the play. And it'll be another goal kick for David Bingham. But he goes and cuts it off before it can cross the line. And here is Dupuis at the back. Swings it over to Insua. Insua goes back to Dupuis. Up to Joe Corona. Corona switches it over to Felcher. Felcher goes to Dos Santos. Back to Dupuis. And now Insua over to Pavone. Pavone with a horrible giveaway. Goes for a switch, looking for Araujo, and goes right to the feet of the Sounders defender. Just a horrible pass there by Christian Pavone. And Leerdam and João Paulo taking their time. And now the Sounders will try to build some of that possession out of the back. Now here's Stefan Frei, who has yet to be tested at all by the Galaxy. And now, looking at this, the lineup, the Spectrum Sportsnet put the lineup up, said it was going to be Shane O'Neill in for Arriaga. And I'm pretty sure that's Arriaga out there in the middle with Yeimar Andrade, just like they said it was going to be, just like I wrote down there. So I'm not sure why the LA Galaxy TV channel decided to put that change in there. Maybe they just don't know how to read and miss that lineup by the Sounders. But here's a cross in by Felcher. Felcher looking for Chicharito. Ball goes out of play for a corner kick for the Galaxy, and Chicharito is complaining at the referee for something. I don't know what. Goes in for the cross, and 50-50 ball. Chicharito kind of gets a boot on it, So does the Sounders defender Yamar, and Chicharito's complaining about maybe, I guess, wanting penalty. I don't know. But now here is the corner kick. Looks like it'll probably be Dos Santos swinging it in. It is going to the back post. Dupuis cuts off Stephen Fry, and the ref blows the whistle and gives the foul. Kind of just took Stephen Fry right out there. So it'll be a free kick for the Sounders. 23rd minute in this one. Dupuis with a bit of an elbow to the face of Fry as well, but I think that's just because of how tall he is compared to Stephen Fry. All right, so Marlon is on here and says he is an LAFC fan. How did I know? Always the LAFC fans that hate LA Galaxy. I like it. That the rivalry is good and alive, even though the LA Galaxy have kind of had LAFC's number this season. And here is almost a giveaway by the Sounders, but they recover. João Paulo with a nice slide in to recover that one. And the Sounders are on the attack. Nico Lodeiro looks it over to Will Bruin. Bruin tries to switch over to Jordan Morris, working on that left-hand side as that was the success of their first goal. And then Nuhu with a little bit of a cross in, but too far. David Bingham gets in the way and takes that one easily. As they show the replay here. Looks like a slight deflection by Felcher over there, the right back for LA Galaxy. Marlon says, can you do one of these for LAFC? Absolutely. I'm sure we will have LAFC on one of these times. We've done a few in the past with LAFC. I think we had LAFC in Portland, and as well, I think I did an El Trafico for one as well. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our action. Turn on those notifications, and we like to do one game a week in these live stream reactions. Usually my co-host Nick is with me, but he's out sick tonight. Texted me. He was trying to hold off as long as he could, but thinking maybe he'd be able to make it on, but he couldn't. A little bit of a stomach bug, something he ate, something like that. So it is just me tonight talking Sounders and LA Galaxy, but we'll try to get LAFC on one of these. We haven't scheduled our one for next week yet, but depending on the matchups and the times, we will see. All right, here's Jordan Morris. Ball goes out of play. Will be a throw-in for Felcher of the Galaxy. I hate to say it, but I think Felcher is probably one of the worst right backs in MLS. He's just not that good. I've never seen him have a good game. Out of all the games I've watched for the Galaxy, I've never seen him stand out one time. I've seen him make a lot of boneheaded plays and mess up a lot, but not be a great shining star, so to say. All right, here's Stephen Fry with possession. Looks for a pass out to Leardom, and Pavone cuts that one off as he is now in possession, sends it into the middle to Jonathan Dos Santos, finally up in a little bit of an attacking position for him, which is probably the first time all night we can say that. Now Insua in possession, goes back to Corona. Corona goes back to Steres. Steres all the way over to Felcher. Felcher back to Dos Santos. Dos Santos sends one through. Araujo lets it go with the dummy, but it gets cut off by the Sounders. But the Galaxy regain possession. Insua looking for a long cross into the middle. That's cut off easily by the Sounders. Svensson to Roldan, back to Svensson. He goes up to Nico Lodeiro, who is fouled from behind by Joe Corona. It'll be a free kick for the Seattle Sounders. All right, it's the 27th minute in this one. Only action so far on the score sheet. It was that beautiful play by Jordan Morris with a great cross in and an easy tap in for Christian Roldan, the only goal scorer. That one, I believe, was like the 6th or 7th minute in this one. as they showed the LA Galaxy fans up on the scoreboard there through Zoom. Still can't believe that that we don't have more fans in the stands. At least it's a smaller capacity at this point. I mean, it's already almost October. This has been 7 months, and we still don't have any fans in the stands in a large portion of these stadiums. It is surprising me because some stadiums are doing it. Here's a long shot by Nuhu, and Bingham makes the save. Daniel Young says, what USL fan base can rival MLS? From what I have seen, and of course lately with no fans as we're talking about that, the ones that I have seen in USL, it seems like you got some pretty good expansion fan bases in San Diego. Las Vegas Lights is decent as well. Louisville City has a really strong fan base. I think now that they've got the new stadium, it'd be nice to see that, because when they were playing in the ballpark there, it was hard to tell if they were rivaling MLS as far as a fan base goes. But there's a few of them there in USL with some strong fan bases, but they're not quite there yet. Here's a corner kick for Seattle, gets cleared out by Felcher, and we'll do it all over again. Some of the other scores in MLS tonight, we have Toronto FC with a victory over Columbus Crew 3-1. Great performance by Toronto FC in that one. Also, New England Revolution with a victory tonight over, I believe it was Montreal. Here comes the corner kick in for Seattle, cleared out by Joe Corona. And it'll be a throw-in for Seattle. Some of the other scores, it was New England beat DC United 2-0. The struggles continue for DC United. Red Bulls beat up on Montreal Impact 4-1. Philadelphia beats Inter Miami 3-0. They continue to roll, keep getting 3 points. Chicago over Atlanta 2-0. As I had mentioned earlier, Toronto FC 3-1 over Columbus. Minnesota and RSL with a 0-0 draw as well, a scoreless draw between FC Dallas and Orlando. Colorado and KC were postponed due to staffer, I believe, testing positive for COVID. And then you've got Portland 1, Vancouver 0 at the half. And the other game live, the LAFC San Jose scoreless in the 31st minute. So Marlon, for you guys, big favorites tonight over San Jose. Should be able to easily get that victory, but it's still 0-0 right now in the 31st minute. And that'll be a foul there on Jonathan Dos Santos. He fouls Christian Roldan, and they'll have a free kick just outside the box there towards the corner. Jonathan Dos Santos back to defend in the box. As Seattle lines it up, Nico Ladero with an outswinger, and that's easily cleared out by the LA Galaxy. Now, can they hit on the counter? Just too slow. Just too slow of a run out by Christian Pavone, Dos Santos, Leggett, all those offensive players there. So, let's see. We got Marlon says he is here waiting for ESPN to download so he can watch LAFC and San Jose. Good luck on that one. Hope that download happens quicker for you so you can get on and watch that game. Daniel says that he has actually been to Gillette Stadium in 2017 to see New England Revolution game. Atmosphere was okay. Very great facility. Yeah, Gillette Stadium looks like a really nice stadium. However, when you can't get the fans in to fill it up like the Patriots do, it's not as good there. So I know the Minutemen back there with their muskets, pretty nice touch. But yeah, I'd like to go to Gillette Stadium for a soccer game and see that in action. Here comes Jonathan Dos Santos in possession. Now it goes over to Pavone. Seattle is back on defense. Kelvin Leardom on him. He does a quick turnover and gets it to Corona. Takes a shot from about 25 yards out. Easily rolls into the hands of Stephen Fry. No trouble there for the Seattle keeper, but I think that is just the first shot on goal for LA. Let's see. Marlon says, do you do MLS or do you do other games? Due to the coronavirus break, we were doing some other games. We were doing some Liga MX games. We did some Bundesliga, as well as I think we did a Premier League game, a Serie A game. We mostly do MLS. We're an American soccer podcast, so we're mostly doing MLS, but I think we are going to possibly start flirting with doing some Liga MX games as well, because that definitely some good Liga MX games out there as well. We had fun doing those games. Cruz Azul and Club America, the last game before the COVID break, was pretty fun there. So definitely going to look into doing more of those as well. So here's João Paulo now in possession in the midfield, gets broken up by Steres. Steres up to Jonathan Dos Santos, has plenty of space in front of him, and he slows down, passes to Pavone. Pavone crosses in. Arriaga is there, no problem. Chicharito was going for the far post run. The ball never even got close. And now Seattle breaks out right at the mid. Nico Ladero passes up to Nuhu, making a run. Nuhu cuts back to Jordan Morris, makes a move. Heavy first touch, though. Rolls to Bingham, but he lets it go out for a goal kick. So Pavone seems, or Chicharito seems pretty frustrated with that service from Pavone. Maybe some trouble in paradise there between the two stars there for the Galaxy. And Marlon says, what do American? Not sure what that means, but hey, well, we do mostly American soccer, MLS, touch a little bit, obviously, with the Canadian teams because being an MLS. But we did some Champions League games as well. It's pretty fun. So we'll see what we do here in the future. But I'm sure we might have to break in a few Liga MX games as well. Here comes Pavone down the left-hand side, cuts into Insua. Insua back to Pavone. Sounders defense is all right there. Smothering defense by the Sounders. Just on another level tonight. Sounders are easily in control of this game. Long cross in gets cleared out by Stephen Fry. And he punches it all the way out for a throw-in. LA Galaxy throw. Headed out by Yamar, the center back for the Sounders, but only as far as Jonathan Dos Santos. Now here's Pavone, top corner of the box, back to JDS. A nice ball in, but cleared out by Nuhu. And I think we're going to have ourselves a corner kick here, and we will. All right, Leggett taking it from the left-hand side. And a nice clearance out by Stephen Fry with the big punch. God, my lighting is so bad tonight. So lighting is pretty rough tonight. Usually it's not that bad, but for some reason it's horrible. Here is Nuhu plays it out as we have an injured Svensson down on the field for Seattle. Looks like he got hit in the gut. Now got the wind knocked out of him. Chicharito's there to help him up. Yeah, that's all it was. It was a ball by Felcher. Struck it pretty well, and it hits Svensson right in the chest. Probably knocked the wind right out of him. But he'll be fine. And we play on. Stefan Frei rolls it over to Yeimar. And no, I'm not saying Neymar, but I'm saying Yeimar. Yeimar Andrade, the center back, new center back this year, replacing Kim Ki-hee of Seattle from last season. And there's a giveaway by Seattle. Insua over to Jonathan Dos Santos, but then that's cut off by the Sounders, taken right back. Here's Nico Lodeiro with a beautiful ball to Jordan Morris. He'll put this one home, and he does. Easy goal. Jordan Morris stays on fire. A beautiful pass by Nico Lodeiro. Holy crap. What a pass. That was unreal. A great goal there for Seattle. Unbelievable goal. And it's 2-0 Seattle Sounders. And just like that, Jordan Morris scores his 7th goal of the season. Daniel Young says he thinks that Gillette Stadium can get large fan bases when European or South American teams come to the New England area. However, it is not good for MLS as it is 10 to 20 miles away from Boston. New England Revolution need to explore cities in New England that can support an MLS team. Boston, Providence, Portland, Maine are examples. Yeah, definitely. There's plenty of smaller cities up there in New England that could handle the team, but I think Robert Kraft, as long as he owns them, will continue to keep him there under the Patriots' thumb, so to say. Well, having a little bit of some scoreboard issues here. Let me try and get that fixed. I had some issues last time as well. And here is Felcher at the back, a slow pass over to Arujo, and he fouls the player Nuhu, and ball goes out of play as well. So we'll have an easy here kick in the middle of the field for Seattle. He gives a yellow card for that foul because, yeah, it was a pretty stupid foul. So the Galaxy have had a couple cards, got a couple goals scored against them. 2-0 Seattle. They were my pick in my picks and predictions. I had picked Seattle. Decent night for me as far as picks and predictions have gone. Other than missing the Toronto FC game, I thought Columbus would take that one. But other than that, the rest of my picks were pretty spot on. And so far here for Seattle is a nice through ball and saved by Stefan Frei, the first chance of the night, real chance of the night for the LA Galaxy. And it is saved by Stefan Frei. And then there's the offside flag on Chicharito. And it'll be a free kick for Seattle. Well, this first half has been all Seattle. LA finally gets a chance, their first chance of the night, and wasn't even that great of a chance. But here is Seattle again, pushing forward. Ball goes out of play for a throw-in for Daniel Steres. Chicharito, not a happy man. He's screaming and yelling at somebody. And then they show the coach. He's got that deer in the headlights look like he did in that 6-0 blowout at the MLS's back tournament, or 6-2 or whatever the hell the score was. Don't think he's long for a job here with the Galaxy, is my guess. Here's Christian Roldan. Goes back to Svensson up to Ladero. Ladero sets Nuhu on a run down the left-hand side. And still in possession, Seattle. So Daniel says that he thinks Robert Kraft has explored cities in New England that can support a team. I was not aware of that, but interesting. And then he also says he wants a 25,000-seat stadium in a college town. Okay, so maybe that's the next move for the Revs. 43rd minute, almost to halftime. Seattle seems content to get to the half up 2-0 here. Stephen Fry just holding on to the ball. He's just making an LA player come and pressure him before he lets go of the ball, which he does, sends it over to Leerdam. Kelvin Leerdam stands around with possession, goes back to Yeimar Andrade, and then he goes back to Stephen Fry. So a little bit of keep away here to end the second half. Pretty boring game so far from my standpoint, especially as a neutral. Seattle, the expected team, has done okay at times and has pretty much controlled this game. And so with that 2-0 scoreline. Here's Jonathan Dos Santos in possession. Over to Corona. Corona goes over to Dupuis, over to Insua. And Christian Pavone is going the wrong way, and the ball goes out of play, a long touch for a Seattle throw-in. Daniel says he can imagine screaming college kids making the New England Revs a force in the East. Yeah, I mean, the Revs have a decent team. They got a good coach. I think they could definitely make some noise. Long ball out to Leerdam. Leerdam nutmegs Christian Pavone like a 5-year-old on a school playground. And, boy, LA Galaxy stars are just, I mean, they just came there to die. Pavone really has done nothing with the Galaxy except for a couple decent goals. Chicharito, has he even scored yet? I think he did, but the fact that I even have to think about it is not good. That the man has been here now for, I don't know, 15, 20 games, and he's maybe scored 2 goals. For the guy who was heralded as the biggest signing in MLS history, hands down. Crazy to me. Go back and check out some of our old videos. We'll tell you how we felt about Chicharito and still do. And we were more on point with that than some of the other people saying that he's going to be this amazing superstar. Here's Pavone now in possession at the top corner of the box. João Paulo puts some pressure on him. Ladero puts some pressure on him, and it gets deflected out by Svensson all the way over to Felcher. Felcher keeps it in. 1 minute of stoppage time here. Joe Corona. Into Araujo, and he gives the ball away to Will Bruin. Bruin over to João Paulo, streaking Nuhu down the left. Are they going to get it to him? No, they don't. Now they send one out to him, but it's too late because he had to stop, but he stops it from going out of play. Tries to make a move, does make a move, gets around the Galaxy defender almost, and then Steres recovers. Nuhu back to João Paulo. Paulo back to Svensson. He goes back to Yeimar Andrade, and we are just waiting for that halftime whistle, which should be here shortly. Leerdam over to Roldan. Do they have one more left in them here? Nope, doesn't look like it as they go backwards, and there is the halftime whistle. So with that, we're going to take a little break, a hydration break brought to you by Skira Icelandic Spring Water. Go find your Skira, our proud sponsor of our show, at your local 7-Eleven. It is at every 7-Eleven in the United States. So whether you're in LA or Seattle or anywhere else, New York, like Daniel Young, go grab some Skira at 7-Eleven. So with that, we'll go to our halftime break. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, guys, we are back from halftime. The players are out on the pitch, ready to get this thing started up here in the second half. Can the LA Galaxy get back into this game, or will the Sounders just continue to dominate like they did in the first half? 2 goals for them, one through Jordan Morris, another through Christian Roldan. Chicharito with 1 chance for the LA Galaxy. We know how that turned out. So here we go, just about to get back underway in the second half, and hoping that the LA Galaxy can try and make a game out of this, because it's late. I'm ready to go to bed, and I like to see at least a good game here instead of just a one-sided domination like we saw in the first half. So here they're showing Christian Pavone. He just kind of standing there picking his nose. Nothing really going on. And Legette's got a little laugh going. Maybe he's fired up. But we're underway now here in the second half. (2-0) Seattle Sounders. They're in possession. Fucking scoreboard. And here we have João Paulo passing into Will Bruin, trying to make a move around Dupuis, but nothing happening there. And here's Steres at the back, goes over to Felcher here on the near side. Now we have the Galaxy attacking left to right. Sounders going right to left. They've switched now for the second half. And here's Insua over on the left. Nobody making a run for the Galaxy. And they play backwards, holding on to that possession. And finally now, a little bit of action here from Pavone, but he gives the ball right away to Nuhu. And Nuhu clears it up to Nico Ladero. And now back to Nuhu making the run. Swings it over to João Paulo. And Seattle looks to be back on the gas like they were in the first half. All right, well, for some reason, my scoreboard will not start. It's starting for me on my end, but it's not showing up through the browser in OBS to move over to StreamYard. So I will have to update the time manually, it looks like. As the ball goes out of play for a goal kick for David Bingham. All right, there we go. Finally gets my scoreboard gets back underway. Just had to stop it about 17 times and then let it go. Long ball over the top to Chicharito. He goes to cross it through to Araujo, but just missed him. And he goes and retrieves the ball over by the corner flag. Sends it in, gets deflected by Nuhu, and we're going to have a corner kick for the Galaxy. Well, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't even deflected. Looks like he just put it out of play, and it was a bad cross. So it'll be a goal kick for Seattle. Daniel Young says, do you think winning the Champions League is important to be considered a big club in Europe or CONCACAF? Not so much in Europe. I think as long as you're winning those domestic titles in Europe, you know, some of these big clubs are considered big clubs regardless, even if they don't have a ton of success in Europe as far as the Champions League. In CONCACAF, yes, in order to be considered a big club, you're going to have to win a CONCACAF Champions League. You know, unless you're just going to spend a ton of money like the LA Galaxy and not really get a ton of results for it. I think MLS is too new to really have any big clubs. The biggest would probably be Seattle with their recent success, and you know LA, just because of the names that they brought in. And there's a nice header by Sebastian Lletget on the cross, but he misses the net. Probably the best chance of the night for the Galaxy so far. But yeah, as far as a big club, you know, there's no big clubs in my mind in MLS yet. I think they're getting there probably over the next few years, and maybe they'll win a Champions League, and that will help solidify them as a big club. I know there's a lot of talk on ESPN, you know, who are the super clubs in MLS? Well, there are no really super clubs in MLS. When you think about it, as long as they're restricted with these salary cap numbers, you're not going to have any super clubs or big clubs in MLS. Seattle Sounders just look like they want the ball more than the LA Galaxy. Total shots in this one, Sounders with 6, LA Galaxy with 5. So that stat makes it seem a little bit closer than it actually is. But yeah, here's Seattle back in possession with their foot on the gas in the attacking third. Nico Lodeiro over by the touchline. Passes back to Kelvin Leerdam, who sends a swinging cross over to Nuhu. And he makes the run down the left. A great ball into the middle to Will Bruin. And his header goes over the bar for a goal kick. As they show the replay here. And maybe it actually went off the LA Galaxy player. It did. It will be a corner for Seattle. My eyes are failing me here at 10:49 Central Standard Time. João Paulo and Nico Lodeiro over the ball. Will he play it short to João Paulo? He does. He goes back to Nico Lodeiro, top corner of the box, sends it over to Leerdam. Leerdam tries to send it back. It's cut off nicely by Christian Pavón, and he's going to take it all by himself against 3 Seattle Sounders. He's going back and forth, finally gets cut off by Christian Roldan. And that's what happens when you have one player against 4, 5, 6 defensive players. So good job there by Seattle to get back on defense quickly off of that corner kick. Here is LA now with Insua over on the left-hand side. Sebastian Lletget in possession, goes over to I'm not sure who, but there's Chicharito with kind of a spinning move, shot, pass. I don't know. Goes harmlessly out of bounds at the 18-yard box line. And, yeah, that was ugly. So if you're hanging out with us, let us know your thoughts of this game. Efrain Alvarez coming on for Julian Araujo. Good substitution there. He has not had a good game. So maybe Efrain Alvarez, the young kid, might be able to get some juice going on the wing for the LA Galaxy. Nuhu goes back to Arriaga. Arriaga goes all the way back to Stefan Frei. Seattle tries to build out of the back. Svensson goes to pass it to, I believe, Leardom. That goes out of play as he kind of skies that one by mistake. Here comes LA finally getting a little bit of sustained pressure in this one. So maybe some good news from the LA Galaxy perspective. Here's Jordan Morris with the ball over to Lodeiro. Lodeiro sends it back to Morris, but too far. Steres cuts it off, sends it up, but out of play, and Lodeiro runs over to grab that ball and get a throw in, handed in quickly, but he does not take it quickly. Slows it down. Throws it into Svensson. Svensson at the back. And we've got Teen Suriaga. Hello, sir. What do you think is the total score of this match? Thanks for jumping on with us, Teen Suriaga. I appreciate you coming on and jumping into the chat. Here is Seattle. And it falls to Leardom. Leardom takes a shot. It's blocked out nicely by LA Galaxy. I think I said in the beginning of this game that my prediction was 3-1 for the Seattle Sounders. I am sticking with that. It's looking good. So I'm going to go total score being 4 goals in this one. 3-1 for Seattle is my best guess for this one. What is yours? Let us know in the chat and get in on the conversation. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and get into our $250 Visa gift card challenge. If we hit 1,000 subscribers by the MLS Cup final, one subscriber will be drawn to win a $250 Visa gift card. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Make sure you turn on notifications to not miss any of our awesome American soccer content. And David Bingham sends the ball way out of play from his own box. Not looking good there from David Bingham. Seattle with a throw-in. Looks like it's going to be Nuhu over on the left-hand side, trying to get a ball. And he runs over, gets the ball, gets ready to throw it in. Ref tells him to move it back. Finally throws it back into play, and Nico Lodeiro sends it out for an LA Galaxy throw. All right, so I'd like to see the Galaxy get back into this one. Felcher with the throw-in. Efrain Alvarez with a nice pass into, not legit, Dos Santos. And Seattle's defense is back there. Clears it all the way back to Steres, but he sends it back up. And LA stays on the front foot. Here is Efrain Alvarez in the middle of the park. Goes back to Steres. Steres over to Felcher. Felcher finds Leggett, and he fouls Nuhu as Nuhu got better position on him. And it's just too slow from the LA Galaxy. They're just too slow. Overall, you see Seattle, they're hustling. They're on the ball. Their press is good. And the Galaxy just kind of stand around with the ball looking for something to happen instead of making it happen themselves. And just not good enough from the Galaxy tonight so far. Down 2-0 at home. Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Here's Jordan Morris, top of the box. Takes a shot, just misses the net. Great shot from Jordan Morris. Trying to make something out of nothing from about 50, maybe about 22, 24 yards out, but just missed the net. Here's Felcher. Felcher into Jonathan Dos Santos. And it's cut off by Nuhu. João Paulo in possession, sends it up to Nico Lodeiro. Lodeiro out wide to Jordan Morris. Lodeiro makes a run. Morris cuts inside, switches it over to the right for Kelvin Leardom. Leardom's ball gets deflected. And now LA Galaxy through Leggett are on the break. Chicharito mishandles the pass, goes almost to the touchline, retrieves the ball, runs back into the field, takes a swinging cross shot ends up at the feet of Pavone over by the touchline. He sends it in. Whether that was a cross or a shot, I'm not sure, but easily into the hands of Stephen Fry. No danger there by the Galaxy. All right, goal kick from Stephen Fry. Joao Paulo sends it over, gets cut off by Insua, but out of play for a throw-in by the Seattle Sounders. Leardom taking his sweet, precious time. Seattle might just try and play this one out with how bad the Galaxy have looked. They don't look very threatening at all. That can change in a heartbeat, though, especially with the talent that the LA Galaxy have. And we've been talking about that for years now. And it's just never amounted to much for the Galaxy. So if there's any Galaxy fans out there that are watching, let us know in the chat. Let me know, what are your thoughts? What does this team need to do to be successful? I mean, they've spent the money. They've dropped a ton of money on Jonathan Dos Santos, who's been around for a long time now. Is it time for him to go? Christian Pavone, ton of money from Boca Juniors, a young up-and-coming superstar of the game in world football. And then you've got Chicharito, who they spent a ton of money on bringing in. What do the Galaxy have to do? Is it the coach? Is it the players? Is it ownership? Is it the fact that their back line is trash? They're not. They need to spend some money on their back line, maybe. I don't know what it is. Help me out. I can't seem to figure it out, but it's just not working for the Galaxy right now. Jonathan Dos Santos, as I say that, makes a nice little pass up to Efrain Alvarez, who goes back to Lletget. Lletget puts it on his left foot. A nice give and go with Chicharito, but it's easily blocked out by the Seattle Sounders as they try to break on the counter, and Will Bruin is fouled by Daniel Steres. Oh, nope, excuse me, that was Dupuis. $674. Okay. How's that happening? There you go. That's right. All right, here's Joao Paulo. Sends it up to Christian Roldan, who's onside behind Steres. Bingham comes out. He chips him, and it's in the back of the net. 3-0 Seattle Sounders. Great finish by Christian Roldan. And there you go. Sounders now up 3-0. This one's pretty much done and dusted. The Galaxy have looked like shit. Seattle has looked good. And nice ball from Joao Paulo to Roldan, who was easily onside, being held on by Felcher, who was sleeping again at the back, and Daniel Steres. And Bingham comes out to cut off the angle and just chips him from about 18 yards out, right on the box, right on the line. And just an easy goal there. So that pretty much is going to wrap this one up. I'm pretty sure a 3-0 game for Seattle now. That's game, set, match. You're not going to score 4 goals or even 3 on the reigning MLS Cup champions. Not with the way the Galaxy have been playing so far. All right, here we've got a nice little pass there to himself by Christian Pavone, but just too far on that second touch, and it's taken over by Seattle. Here is Joao Paulo, long ball over the top, looking for Jordan Morris. Bingham comes out and heads it out of play for a throw. Not taking any chances now is David Bingham. So I'm assuming we'll probably start to see some substitutions now from the Sounders. Try and get their guys some rest since this one is pretty much done. I expected the Sounders to win, but I thought we would have ourselves a decent game here. That is That is for sure. I definitely didn't think it was going to be a blowout as bad as it has been, but I knew that possibility was there because of how bad the LA Galaxy are at times. Unless they're playing LAFC, they're trash. I hate to say it. But here is an update, though. LAFC does get the 1-0 lead over San Jose Earthquakes. They are they're up there 1-0 in the 63rd minute. Here's Jonathan Dos Santos at the halfway line, goes up to Sebastian Lletget. Lletget into Efrain Alvarez. Alvarez with a long boot over to Felcher. Felcher trying to make something happen here. Gives it over to Chicharito. Chicharito goes back to Dos Santos. And now it is Seattle in possession. Gives the ball away. Here's Felcher over on the right. Tries to center it. Goes off the backside of Nuhu. Falls right to Efrain Alvarez for a shot. That's blocked by João Paulo. And here's a nice long shot by, I don't know who that was, but it was saved by Stefan Frei. Chicharito, rebound falls right to Chicharito, and he's just too slow to react to it to make anything happen. Would have been an easy goal for Chicharito, but he can't seem to find the net. Might have been Pavone. It was Pavone. And Frei makes a save. Chicharito, ball comes right at him on the rebound. And he sticks his leg out, and it goes off the side of his knee and back the other way. So, and also an update for you guys. Vancouver and Portland. Portland gets the victory there, 1-0. That one is final. Game over. Our friend Rocky does it all. We'll be happy about that result. Rocky is on Instagram at TalkNTheWoods. Big time Timbers. He's always out there at all the games. When they're getting ready, walking into the stadium, he does live videos, talking to some of the players. Go check him out at TalkNTheWoods on Instagram. You can also find our Instagram page. We are on Instagram at Sons of a Pitch Soccer, as well as on Facebook. And then we're on Twitter at SOP Soccer on Twitter. Also, you can find our merchandise. We've got shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got water bottles, we've got pins, bags, masks now with coronavirus. We've got masks, we've got cups. As you can see, me drinking out of my cup here, Sons of a Pitch. Unfortunately, with the blue screen here, it gets all messed up. But now you can see it there in the back. Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast. Get yourself one of these awesome cups. Keeps your beverages cold or hot for a long time. Sonsofapitch.redbubble.com. Portion of those proceeds come back to us to help us continue to grow our podcast and our business. So we appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Here's Nico Lodeiro with a corner kick for the Seattle Sounders. Sends it in. That one's cleared out by the Galaxy. Efrain Alvarez sends a long ball for a streaking Christian Pavone. He has it. He's gotten on the end of it. He's one-on-one against Yeimar. Nobody there for him to pass it to. He lays it off for Chicharito, making a run behind him, and the defender is there to cut it off. So, good, solid play by Seattle. They haven't given up one bit, even though they're up 3-0. And LA Galaxy can't seem to get anything to happen here. Here is Joe Corona over to Efrain Alvarez. Seattle Sounders defense swarms all over him, takes it away, and now gives it away to Jonathan Dos Santos. Taken by Will Bruin. Bruin has Lodeiro on his right, Morris on his left, lays it off to Lodeiro. He tries to send it back to Bruin, but it gets deflected by Joe Corona. LA Galaxy now in possession through Felcher. Lletget over to Dos Santos. Mark Bale II How's the game looking? And Neymar is on what team? It's funny. I made a joke earlier in the broadcast. It's not Neymar, it's Yeimar. So it's a center back for the Seattle Sounders who are dominating this game 3-0 at the moment. His name is Yeimar Andrade. And so when they say Yeimar, it kind of sounds like Neymar. I said, well, no, it's not that Neymar. It's Yeimar. So that's the player there. Mark Bale the second. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. Make sure you head over to our YouTube page and subscribe there and like us on Facebook. A header goes over the bar by Felcher, and it will be a goal kick for Stefan Frei, the goalkeeper for Seattle. A couple changes coming in here. We got Christian Roldan's brother, Alex, coming on for Leerdam. And then Will Bruin is coming out for Smith. '69th minute. Seattle Sounders in complete control. LA Galaxy looking like trash. And Mark says, oh, I thought you said Neymar. I was like, what the hell? I thought he was on Brazil, I was thinking. Yeah, and he's Brazilian and also plays for PSG over in Ligue 1 in France. But yeah, no Neymar in MLS, maybe in a few years. Here's the substitute. Smith takes a shot from about 25, 30 yards out, just trying to get into the game. Puts it on net. Bingham does get his hands on it easily and plays it out to his defender, Dupuis. Dupuis goes over to Steres. Steres finds Jonathan Dos Santos, who's been very, very quiet in this game. Felcher now sends it back to Steres, who sends it upfield, and it goes out of play for Seattle Sounders throw-in. Sounders 100% dominant in this one. LA Galaxy have managed to get a couple shots on goal, but nothing solid at all, that's for sure. Nuhu sends it into Ladero. Long looping ball for Will Bruin, or for Jordan Morris, excuse me. Smith sends it over to Ladero. Pavone comes back, cuts that off. Good defensive work there by Pavone. Trying to get something started on the counter, not enough. They end up going backwards. And João Paulo comes over and takes the ball away. Passes it over to Svensson, to Ladero. Ladero over to Morris. Morris back in possession now. Sends it out wide to Roldan. Roldan with a cross in, and Bingham is right there to cut it off. Tries to set something off with a long ball downfield to Pavone, but Yeimar Andrade is there to break it off, and Pavone is judged to be offside. So the flag went up, and nothing there for the Galaxy. Pavone screaming at the ref. He's pissed. Here's João Paulo, plays it all the way back to Stefan Frei. 72nd minute, 3-0 Seattle Sounders. They will have all 3 points from this game. No doubt about it. And João Paulo goes back to Arriaga. Arriaga over to Nuhu. Nuhu up to Ladero. More possession by Seattle. Here's Roldan. Goes back to Svensson. Svensson with the switch over to Nuhu. Nuhu up for Smith. And Felcher knocks it away from him as those two guys get physical over in the corner. Ball gets played up there and is cut off by João Paulo. Defensive mid for the Sounders. Yeimar over to Svensson. Svensson over to the substitute, Alex Roldan. So your Western Conference standings. With Portland's victory tonight, and Seattle in the lead. The live standings would put both of those teams at the top of the Western Conference with 24 points. Following them, LAFC with 21, Sporting Kansas City with 20, and FC Dallas with 20. Colorado 19, Minnesota 19, Real Salt Lake at 18. LA Galaxy sitting down in 11th place with 15 points out of 13 games played. 4 wins, 6 losses, 3 ties, -6 goal differential. Not pretty for the Galaxy when you're spending that kind of money. So the Shield race is really a race in the Eastern Conference. You've got Columbus with 30 points out of 14 matches played, Philadelphia with 28, also Toronto FC with 28. Both Philly and Toronto winning tonight. Philadelphia beats Inter Miami 3-0. TFC beats Columbus 3-1. So that really that was a big game for the Shield race. Columbus wins that, and they're going to be 8 points up on Toronto FC and 5 points up on Philly. But TFC gets it done. Here comes a ball into Chicharito. Stefan Frei goes to clear the ball out. Looks like he punched Chicharito in the back of the head going for the ball. But Chicharito's all right. And Stefan Frei helps him out. 2 guys. Good sportsmanship. Cross in by Pavone. I don't know. Frei didn't punch him in the back of the head. He missed him. Missed the ball. Missed Chicharito. And Chicharito just ran into Stefan Frei. Didn't hit his head or anything. All right. So Mark says, what if LA came back? That would be a hell of a comeback in 15 plus minutes plus stoppage time. That would be a very impressive comeback. Can't see it happening. What is the best soccer comeback you have ever seen? For me, was back with, it was probably, I can't remember how long ago it was now. It was probably almost 10 years ago. It's a game where Toronto FC was up 3-0 and then ended up losing 4-3. I can't remember who the other team was. I'm a TFC fan, but it was. I'll have to look it up. But that was. I'll never forget it. Being up 3-0, we're like, we got this in the bag, and then all of a sudden, it was 3-3, and then they lost. Gave up another one and lost. It was a hell of a game. But that was probably the best comeback I've ever seen. It can happen, but does not happen very often, especially when a team is dominating. I mean, I've seen comebacks where a team's up, maybe 2-0, or 3-1 or something, and it's more of an even game. This game has not even been close. Seattle is fast. They're, they want the ball. They're getting all the passes. They're getting to all the loose balls. They're fighting for it. And the LA Galaxy are just kind of slow to respond to everything, just kind of waiting for the ball to come to them. And just we see now, I mean, LA Galaxy has possession in the midfield. Svensson, the D-mid, runs up now. He's got the ball, makes a run on his own, gets a decent shot off, but Bingham makes the save into the box. It's been pretty much a one-sided game in this one. And some of that possession here, Efrain Alvarez in the midfield for the Galaxy. Goes back to Jonathan Dos Santos. Santos swings it out wide for Felcher. Felcher ends up going over to Lletget. And here's Efrain Alvarez. Sends a long ball over to Christian Pavone. Pavone has Alex rolled on him. Gets the centering pass in. Nuhu knocks it down with his foot, and Frei clears it out. So maybe a little bit of pressure coming from the LA Galaxy. Here's a couple subs coming in for them. Perry Kitchen coming in for Joe Corona. And you've got Traore coming in for Insua. So some fresh legs for the Galaxy. Maybe they get something going here towards the end. A little bit of possession. Efrain Alvarez sends it over to the sub Traore with a cross. Way too long. Lletget gets his boot on it, but he's out, and the ball goes out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Stephen Fry. Jordy Delem and O'Neill coming on for Seattle. Couple substitutes here for the Sounders. Svensson coming out. And looks like Svensson comes out for Jordy Delem, and O'Neill comes in for Yamar. So a center back and a D mid coming on for Seattle to shore things up at the back, since LA Galaxy have had a little bit of possession here and a little bit of an attack going over the last few minutes. Might be a little bit too late for the Galaxy. Here is Dupuis. Sends it over to Steres. And here's Perry Kitchen, the substitute. Long ball out to Felcher. Nuhu's back defending him. And Nuhu just went down. Non-contact, grabbing his knee. That is not good for Seattle. The play is halted after the ball goes out of play. And that is not good for Nuhu. He went and stopped to cut back, and the LA Galaxy player runs over like it's a cramp, and he yells at him, "Get the hell away from me." That's clear it's an ACL or something like that. The way he's holding on to his leg, the way he tried to cut back on that leg, and no contact. It just looked like it gave out, maybe even his quad, maybe he tore his quad or something. You could see kind of some issues there, but yeah, it's not looking good for Nuhu there. No, he's going to try and get up. Nope, not looking good. Barely putting any weight on it, but he is putting some weight on it, so maybe it's not maybe not as bad as it first seemed. But still pretty ugly. Mark says, sounds rough. They bring the cart for him. They did not. He is walking off under his own power. Might not be an ACL with how well he was walking off there, but he went down. Those non-contact type plays are always trouble. But looks like he might be okay. So here is LA Galaxy, the substitute, Traore, and Alex Rodon sends it out for a corner kick. 82nd minute in this one. Christian Pavone trying to hurry things up. Finally, some urgency out of LA Galaxy. Ibarra comes on for Nuhu. So an offensive player for a defensive player. That's interesting. Ball is cleared out by Seattle, but only as far as Efrain Alvarez. And now Jordy Delem just blasted down the field. And there's Perry Kitchen in possession in his own third, his own half, almost his own defensive third. He sends it over to Traore on the left. Back to Dupuis. And here's Efrain Alvarez. Back to Jonathan Dos Santos. Over to Perry Kitchen. Kitchen trying to get forward a little bit. Over to Traore. Goes over to Efrain Alvarez. He switches it over to Felcher on the right. Felcher sends a cross into the box. Seattle's defense is there, and they run out on the other side. You've got Chicharito draws a foul about 40 yards out. So we'll have a free kick from about 40 yards. I think we'll see a ball lofted into the box for the Galaxy for someone to try and get ahead on it. This is the type of situation where they miss Zlatan, even though he might have been an asshole in the locker room. He could always seem to get a goal when they needed it, especially using his head since he was taller than everybody else on the team. Chicharito rubbing his neck, moving his head around, acting like he's been pretty beat up tonight. And not much action for him in this one. Efrain Alvarez standing over the ball with Christian Pavón. Alvarez sends it up for Steres and easily punched out by Stefan Frei. And it was offside anyway on Steres, so it'll be a free kick for Stefan Frei. What we got? Guillermo Barros Schelotto still got that deer in the headlights look. He's probably not very happy since the Crew lost today as well. His former team in MLS, the Argentinian player who was one of the first DPs in league history, played for the Crew for a long time. Here's Dupuy for LA Galaxy, out to Traore on the left. Traore sends it up to Pavón. Pavón gets the cross in, but it's deflected out by the Sounders. It'll be another corner kick for LA. All right, so Mark says, what's the next stream? You know what? I actually haven't figured it out yet, which game we're going to do next. But it'll be next weekend. We'll most likely be doing a game next weekend. My co-host Nick will probably be back. Makes the conversation a little bit easier when I'm not talking to myself for 2 hours. But he'll be back next week. He's out sick tonight. He's got some stomach issues going on or something. But we will get one. We'll get one up next week. We'll probably let you know tomorrow night on our regular podcast episode where we discuss all of the MLS games and some of the news as well. All right, last couple minutes in this one, 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Just some ugly play here in the midfield. Miguel Ibarra over to Smith. Smith over to Jordi Delem. He gives the ball right to Christian Pavón, and he's got a nice run there on number 27 for the Sounders. He tries to pass it to himself. Smith comes back on defense and cuts it off. Ibarra goes into Jordi Delem. Delem goes out wide to Alex Roldan. And here is João Paulo. Now sends it up to Ibarra. Ibarra over to Ladero. Ladero just taking his sweet old time, letting the clock tick down. Arriaga goes back to Stefan Frei. João Paulo in possession right at the halfway point. Sends it up to Ibarra with a long floating ball, but that's played by Felcher. Goes back to Bingham, over to Dupuy, up to Jonathan Dos Santos, over to Traore on the left. To Pavón. Pavón goes back. Perry Kitchen now in possession in the midfield. Goes over to Felcher. Felcher goes back. Why he's going back, I don't know. Why are the LA Galaxy playing the ball back in the 87th minute when you're down by 3 goals? Try and score. Stop playing back. Jonathan Dos Santos goes out wide to Traore. Inside to Christian Pavón. Pavón looking for something. A long switch out to Felcher on the right-hand side. Felcher with a long swinging ball in, and Sebastian Lletget gets his head on it, comes out of nowhere, gets his head on it, and puts it into the back of the net. 88th minute, LA Galaxy finally get on the board, break the clean sheet for Stefan Frei, and it is 3-1 Seattle Sounders. Can LA Galaxy mount that crazy comeback, or will this be how it ends, like I predicted back in like the 5th minute of this game. 3-1 Seattle. Don't believe me? Wait till this game comes. Wait till this stream goes back on replay and go check it out. As well as when the last comment on YouTube, Teen Suriaga said, "Hello, sir. What do you think the total score of this match?" And I said 4 goals, 3-1 for Seattle. That's what it looks like. Perry Kitchen now gets a turnover from Stephen Fry on his kick. Now Pavone passes it to Perry Kitchen. And the LA Galaxy finally have some urgency here, but it's taken away by Alex Roldan. And now the ball goes out of play for a Seattle throw. And Mark on Facebook said he had 3-0 Sounders. Oh, man. So that you were right there locked in for it. And then just like that, it's gone. So it sounds like we're both on pretty much the same page there, Mark, with, whether it's 3-0 or 3-1, the Sounders are going to take this one fairly easily. Sebastian Lletget comes out of the game for Gordon Wild. And he comes off, and he's the coach is, great job with the goal, and he's not happy. So, and there's Teen Suriaga. I'm happy to see 3-1. All right. So, Teen Suriaga, make sure you hit that subscribe button and get in on our 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge to get entered in for a $250 Visa gift card. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our American soccer content, whether it's our podcast episodes on Monday night, whether that's our my picks and predictions, or our live stream reactions. All right, Christian Pavone, looking for something. How much stoppage time do we have in this one? I'm thinking about 4 minutes, maybe 5. And I just got the notification there. Teen Suriaga, subscribe to your channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And now here is LA Galaxy through Steres at the back. Goes up to Perry Kitchen. Kitchen slides it over to Jonathan Dos Santos. Only 3 minutes of stoppage time. Long ball over the top for Chicharito. He plays it back to Traore. Traore over to Jonathan Dos Santos. And that ball is cleared out easily from the back line of the Sounders. And now cleared all the way up. A long ball looking for Jordan Morris. He gets it right by the touch line, takes his time, slows it down, plays it back to Ibarra. Ibarra back to Jordy Delem, goes back to Arriaga. And it's some keep away now for the Sounders. 3-1. With only 2 minutes to go in this one. Here's Ladero. Switches over to the right. Alex Roldan in possession now. Just trying to play keep away. Sends it up to his brother, Christian Roldan. Sends it to the top of the box for Jordan Morris. He's going to take a long shot. And he hits the bar. A hell of a shot from the bar, and it goes off, and it's actually offside going for the rebound there. But Jordan Morris, what a shot. Cracks the woodwork. Almost makes it 4-1 there. And Tina Suriaga, he thank you too. And then Mark Bale shaking my head, rough loss. Yeah, it is. It's a rough loss for the Galaxy. That is for sure. God, I don't know what's going on with the Galaxy. Make sure you jump in our podcast there, Mark, on Monday night, because we need some listeners to tell us what the hell is going on with the Galaxy and why they're so bad. With the amount of money that they've spent, the players that they've got, the star power that they have. It's just, I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me. But here's Traore now, and Tina Suriaga says 4-1 question mark. No, it's not 4-1. It's still 3-1. About 25, 30 seconds left in this one. Felcher now for the Galaxy swings a long ball over to Pavone. He gets his head on it, but it goes out of play for a goal kick for the Sounders. Mark says, yeah, I took a screenshot. I'll go subscribe. Thank you, sir. Much, much appreciated. All right, well, we're almost done with this one. 3 minutes is up. It is 3 minutes of stoppage time. Here is the goal kick from Stefan Frei, and the referee blows the final whistle. It is all over in this one. Seattle 3-1. Man, what a game here for the Sounders. A very, very good performance from them. The reigning MLS Cup champions. You love to see it from that standpoint. Galaxy fans, another disappointing night, even though they do get on the board at least through Sebastian Lletget. He at least gets on the board. So there's that. Here, I will put up my a link here in the comments so that you guys can jump over and subscribe to the channel. And with that one, we are done here. So thank you so much for joining us on this stream. And here is we got Herman Candelario Arizola 3-1 on Facebook. Thanks for jumping on, Herman German. Marlon Laguna Cruz. We're losing 1-2. What happened? It was just 1-0 LAFC. I don't know what the heck happened. And then Mark says, I should have 3-1. Yeah, that one for sure. So thanks, guys. And Tina Suriaga says, thank you. More live stream and prediction. He absolutely. I got lucky on that one with my 3-1. I got to say, it's not often I get the score correct on my predictions. Usually get the teams right, probably 60 to 70% of the time. But as far as the score, usually not. Usually not. So Mark Bale II, peace out, everyone. Thanks for jumping on, Mark. Appreciate you hanging out with us. And with that, we're going to get out of here. We will see you guys again tomorrow night for our regular podcast episode. And then we'll be on for my picks and predictions for the next week of games as well. Thanks, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.
Bye.